Hey guys, welcome back for another episode of the Scrambler project. In this episode I'm gonna try to put some more protection up front, and in this case is the Evotech skid plate. Now obviously, because I have the Givi crash bars over here, which I like a lot, the skid plate doesn't quite fit. So let's figure out how to put these on. I've decided to keep the OEM skid plate, but at the same time I want protection up front. First of all, why do I want to keep the OEM plate? Well, the OEM plate kind of wraps around the engine on the bottom, and as you guys can see, is way wider than the Evotech. But on the other hand, it stops over here, and I want some protection for the front cylinder, because the front cylinder is right behind the tire. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use part of the Evotech plate and try to make it fit. So since I can't quite use it all, first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut the Evotech plate in two, and I'm gonna cut it right along this line. So I cut the piece to the length I actually want. I want it to be just about like this, but I want to see if I can put it behind the crash bar. I'm gonna have to do some bending and stuff, but we'll see. Before I do anything with this, I need to put the provided bracket on the exhaust mount. Okay, first I'm gonna try to remove the metal tie over here. Time to remove the 10 millimeters. Obviously, don't do this when the bike is hot. This one is gonna be a little bit more complicated because it's back in there. At this point, let's see if we can put this on. Here we go. Let's put the bolts back on. Obviously, if you don't have the crash bars or the wrap on the exhaust, this is way easier. Like, try to tie those bolts evenly. There we go. And it's solid. Now let's try to figure out how to put this over there. So let's try to fit this thing in there and see how it goes. I want it like this. Okay, and this touches, this corner right here touches in there, so let's go cut it. Okay, cut off the corner. Now let's try to put it back in there and see how it goes. I'm afraid I'm gonna have to cut this whole side off. So let's go cut it. It's getting smaller and smaller. So let's see how this goes. See, maybe I can get away by bending it. Let me mark it. So after scraping, bending, cutting, trimming, this is the result. I have this part and it goes here and it bends up. So time to put them on. What I'm gonna do, since this one is gonna go on and stay for good, I'm gonna actually add some thread lock to the bolts. And then with a 4mm, I'm gonna tie it up. Gonna check the tolerance one more time. It looks like there is no room, but there actually is room. Not much, but there is. Looks pretty good. The clearance, it's good. That's it. So we're done with the skid plate, and this is what's left out of the old skid plate. The rest is on the bike. But before we call it a day, there is one more thing I want to do, and the one more thing is I'm gonna add the proper badge for the tank. I don't know why the previous owner decided to scrape it off with awful result, I must say. But my wife likes the proper Ducati wings, so I'm gonna put them on. Now, since we're here, if you want to remove the badge off your scrambler, there is a simple solution for that. First of all, empty the tank, because you're gonna warm up the panel. So warm it up with a heat gun or with a hair dryer, and then with a string, with a nylon string, go across under and remove it that way. There is no need to scrape, there is no need to use screwdrivers or anything. Remember, heat it up and with a string just go across like this and this thing will pop out. But we're here to put it on, so let's put it on. And since those are OEM Ducati, they come with template for a perfect center installation. So let's get on it. You have those templates, SX and DX. Now, Ducati is an Italian company, therefore it's written in Italian. SX stands for sinistra, which means left. DX stands for destra, which means right. So we're on the left side of the bike right now, therefore we're gonna use the SX, or left side. Let's get the badge and let's see if it looks right. I know it's right because it matches the scrape marks that the previous owner did to remove it. I'm gonna clean it up with a little bit of alcohol. And time to stick it on. Now, this is metal. And at this point, remove the template. There it is. So now I'm gonna go do the other side. I'll catch you later. We are done for today. The scrambler is looking really good. The Evotech skid plate is in place, or at least part of it is in place, and the proper badging looks fantastic on the bike, at least in my opinion. Beside that, this one is the Heritage badge with the wings, so I like it quite a bit. If you like what I did to the scrambler so far, stay tuned and see what's coming next. Until then, get yourself one of those fantastic Scrambler Project shirts. For everything I used in this video, obviously look down in the description below. And if you like the video, if you love the video, subscribe and possibly turn on the notification. And right on, and I'll see you next time.